Raja Ram Mohan Roy, born on 22nd May 1774 in Radhanagar in Karnataka, died on 27 September 1833 in Bristol in the United Kingdom. Raja Ram Mohan Roy was one of the founders of the Brahmo Sabha, the precursor of the Brahmo Samaj, a social religious reform movement in the Indian subcontinent. He was given the title of Raja by Akbar II, the Mughal emperor. His influence was apparent in the fields of politics, public administration, education and religion. He was known for his efforts to abolish the practices of sati and child marriage. Raja Ram Mohan Roy is considered to be the father of the Bengal Renaissance by many historians. Raja Ram Mohan Roy said the superstitious practices which deform the Hindu religion have nothing to do with the pure spirit of its dictates. The deformity started with the Industrial Revolution. The deformity started with every household, with every house which has got a family tree. The deformity started with the greed of rushing up to the cities. It has become one-way traffic. Positive and negative only can create electricity. And that went wrong. They thought they can disconnect the family tree, the roots. And they went ahead because there somebody has got positive and negative which is creating that beautiful lights. But that is not yours. They have shown their lights to become rich, to control you, to make you guinea pigs, to make you a nobody. And they are having the last laugh. You disconnected from your family the roots and you went ahead and they kept on showing the lights, but that light was theirs. The huge buildings was theirs. You were just a puppet which has got disconnected and you can never get the lights back. That deformity, that handicapped, continued generations after generation thinking tomorrow the Pandora's box will open. No. I'm not telling it is already lost. No, you can still connect back. Nothing is lost. When the spring comes, the grass grows by itself. Even if it in the hottest season, no water is given, you can see it is dried, emptied. Cars can drive over it. Nothing happens. When the rain first drop of that ozone water falls, it springs up. Such is the power of the family tree. You have to only go back. You have to only reconnect it back. And you do not have to get frightened. It is disconnected, so there won't be any shock. Just take two wires, positive and negative, connect it back, tighten it back, then switch on. Go to every house and it switches on of its own. Yes, everybody is waiting for somebody. Everybody is waiting for somebody to come to talk to them. The superstitious practices. Superstitious practices are the practices which are not connected to your family. Superstitious practices are the ones which you have not practiced as a custom, as a culture. Why it is? I'm insisting so much on a culture, because the family sits together, prays together, grows together, which you can see even in the forest when they are together. Difficult to attack them. When they are left disconnected, then it becomes very difficult. The superstitious practices came because when you're disconnected, you go to ask, you go to talk to a third person. That is a hospital which you do not know. That is not a family doctor. The superstitious practices which deformed the Hindu religion, the superstitious practices which came, which deformed you, came from your greed to go to the schools, which your family tree has got no connection at all. Even your customs and your culture They are not training, but they are robbing your money. Your parents' huge money, all the big schools or small schools, whatever you call it, they robbed everything from morning to night. That was a deformity. And it is spreading like wildfire. It is spread like wildfire. And then you can see diseases springing up almost every season. It's not one. Only thing is, it's not in a war form, it is in a different form, different forms. The different forms of war forms, it's called biological warfare or intellectual warfare or cultural warfare or customs warfare, whatever it is. It's only to control you, to make you live in fear. Go back to your roots, the superstitious practices which deform the Hindu religion. Religion means deform the family tree of whether it is Hindu religion or Christian or Muslim or call it by, has nothing to do with the pure spirit of its dictate. The purest spirit is still there. The family always knows they have a tradition of 1,000 years or 10,000 years or 5,000 years of there. Let thy food be thy medicine. That medicine is always with them. The cultural spirit was their education, the love relationship with the parents, the family which thinks together, the telepathy which thinks together. Even if you are very far away also, just the family sits together and thinks about you and your disease is gone. Such is the power of that. Yes. With the pure spirit of it dictates. The pure spirit of it, they know when the rain will come. Much before the rain, what all we have to do to allow the rainwater to come and sit in a pond, into our trenches, into our rivers and lakes. How to make the rivers and lakes so pure, yes. And such is the water that we sprinkle as the holy water. And those rivers and lakes have been destroyed. Children have not been taught the swimming. They don't know how to climb the tree. They don't know how to dig the land. They do not know anything, but still they're called intelligence, intellectuals, educated. That has created all these problems. And then you can see argument for argument's sake. The superstitious practices is the argument for argument's sake. Nobody believes anybody. Everybody shouting at everybody. Because why you're shouting at everybody? Even in the road, you do not respect the policemen. Policemen do not respect you. People do not respect the politicians. The leaders are not being respected. The temples, priests, the churches, masjids, no gurujis are respected. Everybody starts shouting at anybody and everybody, but you're not knowing that you're spitting at the sky and where it falls. The children are watching. You created damage in the house by your shouting and screaming. You think that is a stress that you're throwing it out. That is from where the root cause of disease. Like Ramana Maharshi said, ask who am I? Jesus Christ, knock and the door shall be opened. Awake, arise, stop not till the goal is reached. So we are in the set. That you have to go back to awaken, rise your spirit of your family. You're frightened, you're shy, but you're not frightened and shy to stand in a queue to beg for a food, beg for a ration, beg for a job. You're not at all shy, shouting and screaming in the streets and going to the television and talking against your country. But go back to family tree and you can see only peace. Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Brings up. If we can all do it in this pandemic, I think that is the greatest medicine. Yes. The first medicine is, I said, clean up the whole house, throw out all the things, sleep together with one leg over the other. Yes, take baths together, eat together, sing songs. That song will slowly change into beautiful bhajan. Light the lamp in the house. Let the devil go out, let the evil spirit goes out, Kathil in the balaki, let darkness go, Tamasoma, let Jyotir come, let Jyoti come, Balaka come, Deepa come, light comes. And then you can see, you start loving the sunlight. You will be always trying to sit in the sunlight as much as possible outside the house. Now in the cities, you hardly get that much space to sit outside. You can't even look at another person next door because everybody is scared. Who is having the disease? Who is having the virus? If they are all having the virus and the virus is going to come to you, think if they all have money and the money should come into your bank. That did not happen. Then why are you frightened of the virus? The fear creates, but if there is money, you like to smile at them and wave at them and get them introduced. But if there's virus, embrace the virus. Where will the virus go? Nothing, it will not do anything. When you don't embrace, then the virus becomes the thief, becomes the master. And you allowed so many masters to make you a slave, and that continued. Drop it. Continue your exercises, your yoga, pranayama exercises are there. Stomach pumping, nostril blowout, yes. Take a nice powerful bath, walk, stretch, do your stretching, sit together with the children and dance and sing and play, yes. Yes, and slowly you can tell them stories about how you get connected. Your own experience is enough for you to connect back to your family tree. The superstitious practices, unnecessary books, novels, which has got no connecting to your family. The superstitious practices which deform the Hindu religion. And from there you can see many people are doing so many things. Because why they are doing so many mantra, tantra, kintra, pantra, patra, and all because you are frightened and you go to them, and then they know once you go to them, this uneducated people go to the uneducated means who doesn't have a family tree. These donkeys come to me asking for help. The superstitious practice deformed the Hindu religion, had nothing to do with the pure spirit of the dictator. The pure spirit that you must always feel. We have the purest family, the family tree, the joint family. I have my purest wife. My wife is the purest. My husband is pure. My children are the purest. Yes, from their purest you can understand. According to circumstances, what grows in the land is your health. And whenever there's a problem, you rush up to a family tree which has got 100 acres, 1,000 acres. It's every year, every month you must put a small amount into the family tree. And then you can see, we can have changes, another 100 years, 1,000 years, you can see. It become beautiful. Don't get frightened that the world is going to end and everything is going to get destroyed. Let the people who got disconnected from the family tree, who believe in superstitious. Superstitious is the IT companies. The factories which is producing excess and excess. Those are the superstitious beliefs. Drop the superstitious beliefs. Let us all build up our own family and become healthy. Make this country a beautiful place for people to love. Give respect. Take respect. This is my 422nd Small Talks.